So, when was the last time you felt truly excited about something in your life? I'm not talking about scrolling through social media or binge watching a new show. I mean, that deep electric feeling of doing something that you genuinely love. If it's been a while, you're not alone. Somewhere along the way, life happens. Between chasing careers, paying bills, or even taking care of others, we often lose touch with what once lit us up. And as we grow older, it feels even harder to connect with that passion. Maybe you're in your 20s and you're feeling overwhelmed by the endless options and you feel unsure about what to commit to. Or maybe you're in your 30s or beyond and you're feeling like it's too late to start over. But the truth is, it's never too late to rediscover your passions. In fact, the process of finding them can be one of the most fulfilling things of your life. So it's a shame to go through life without experiencing that. So in this video, I'm going to guide you through the steps to rediscover your passions no matter at what age you are. Whether you're starting fresh or whether you're trying to reconnect with something that you have lost along the way. So let's dive in. Hi guys, I'm Andriana and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my mission is to guide you through the entire journey of self-improvement from A to Z. So I have dedicated playlists for each step along the way. Right now we're in phase 1 of self-discovery, where we have already tackled step 1, which is finding your core values, and today we're finishing with the second step of finding your passion. This channel is here to help you through every step of your self-improvement journey, from healing to growing to becoming your highest self. So I have created a clear step-by-step process so you don't feel overwhelmed by all the information that is out there. My goal is to give you a safe space on the internet where everything that you need for self-improvement is clear, simple, and all in one place. Today, we are answering a question that so many people deal with. How do you rediscover your passions, especially when it feels like life has gotten in the way? By the end of this video, you will have practical steps, you will have insights, you will have exercises that will help you reconnect with what excites you and with what fulfills you, no matter where you are in life. So let's start with why we lose touch with our passions. Well, first of all, life gets in the way. In your 20s, it's easy to focus on what feels urgent, whether that's building a social life, passing your courses, landing your first job. You think you'll figure out your passions later. It's something that you're gonna deal with later on in life, or maybe not ever because you don't even recognize their importance. But then that later comes and you realize that you have been so busy keeping up with life's expectations that you have never stopped to ask yourself, is this what I really want? In your 30s and beyond, responsibilities like family, relationships, financial obligations often take over. So passions feel like luxuries, they're not priorities. And I get it. I mean, in my early 20s, my priority was getting through the moment. I was focusing on maintaining my friendships, I was focusing on my social life, going out, passing my uni courses, and I wasn't thinking about whether I was following my passion. It wasn't something that was even on my mind. I was just trying to keep up. So after graduating with 2 degrees, I jumped straight into the 9 to 5 world, thinking that this is what success looks like, right? And at first it felt fine, like I was doing what I was supposed to do, but as weeks turned into months, something started to feel off. I will get to the end of the workday and I will feel nothing. I will feel not fulfilled, I will feel not excited, just drained and empty. I told myself that, okay, this is maybe part of adulting. But deep down, I started asking questions that I couldn't ignore. Questions like, is this it? Is this what I'm meant to do? And I slowly realized that I've spent years following a path that seemed practical, that was ticking off all the right boxes, good grades, degrees, a stable job, without ever stopping to even consider if it was something that I truly cared about. And it wasn't until I started listening to that restless voice that was inside of my head and actually exploring what I enjoyed. That's when I began to reconnect with the idea of passion and the possibility of passion being in my life. So, yeah, life has a way of keeping us busy with what's expected of us, but that doesn't mean that it's too late to pause and to ask yourself the deeper questions. Sometimes it takes stepping off the path that you thought that you were supposed to follow in order to find the one that truly feels like yours. Secondly, we evolve and so are passions. So passions are not carved in stone. They are living things and they're shaped by our experiences, by our interests, and also by our personal growth. So what excited you at 15 might feel irrelevant at 25. And that's not a failure, it's just evolution. Your passions grow with you and they reflect the person you're becoming, not the person that you were. Your passions and your interests will naturally shift as you explore new paths and you accumulate new experiences. Your job is not to hold on to the old passions because you spent years doing something. It's to continually stay curious and to stay open to discovering what excites you in the present. So think back to hobbies or activities that you once adored. Maybe you were obsessed with playing video games, or maybe you were obsessed with dancing when you were younger. At the time, they made you feel alive and they made you feel connected. But now maybe those same activities might not resonate in the same way. Instead, maybe you find yourself drawn to creating art, maybe learning new skills, learning a new language, things that feel more aligned with the person that you are right now. And this shift doesn't mean that you have lost your old passions. It means that you have grown and so have the ways that you express yourself. So basically, passions evolve so they can meet your needs at different stages of life, just like relationships or career goals do. So maybe you can see your passions like a playlist. The songs that you loved 10 years ago might still hold a meaning, but your current playlist reflects who you are today, not who you were 10 years ago. You don't have to play the same songs or repeat to honor your past. You can actually keep adding new tracks that feel right for the moment. The key is not to cling to old passions, but to let them guide you towards what is next. So your takeaway here is that your passions are meant to evolve as you do. What once lit you up may no longer resonate, and that's a sign of growth, not failure, not a waste of time. So it's also very important to focus on the present to allow yourself to move forward. Staying curious and staying open to change will lead you to passions that align with who you are right now. Reason number 3 why we lose touch with our passions is that we stop exploring. So as kids, we're natural explorers. We try new activities, we fail all the time, and we move on all the time without overthinking it. But as adults, life tends to narrow our focus. We get caught in routines, we get caught in responsibilities and the pursuit of practicality, and that leaves little time and little energy for curiosity, for trying new things. So over time, this lack of exploration can make us feel disconnected from what excite us. I mean, it's normal that as adults we lose this sense of exploration because we fear wasting time or not being good enough. But the truth is, passion is born from the willingness to try new things and to let go of the need for immediate success and immediate perfection. So exploration doesn't just help you find your passion. It actually helps you to rediscover the joy of being alive, of being so bad at something that it makes you feel like a kid again. When you explore different interests, it allows you to draw unexpected connections between activities, between skills and interests, and it creates opportunity for growth and creativity. So the key takeaway here is that passion fades when we stop exploring, and the key to reigniting it is to step out of our routine and to actually embrace curiosity and give yourself permission to experiment. Each small step, whether that's trying a new hobby, revisiting an old interest, or learning something completely new, adds fuel to the flame and it brings your passion back to life. So exploration isn't just an option. It's actually a necessity for a fulfilled life. Now let's go into the steps to rediscover your passion. Step number 1 is to reflect on what used to light you up. Grab a notebook and make a list of the activities, of the hobbies, and the interests that you loved at different stages of your life. And ask yourself, what did I enjoy doing as a child? What hobbies and what interests have I stopped making time for? Are there skills or talents that I have let go of? Step number 2 is to try new things without any pressure. So as we said before, passion isn't something that you find, it's something that you cultivate. So give yourself permission to try new activities without expecting them to become your one true passion right away, or even at all. And step number 3 is to reconnect with what feels good. So passion often hides in the things that make you feel good, things that energize you, things that inspire you, or make you lose track of time. So pay attention to moments when you feel your happiest and you're most engaged. Write them down and look for the patterns. Maybe you feel most alive when you're creating something, maybe when you're solving a problem, when you're connecting with others. These clues can help guide you towards your passion. Step number 4 is to remove the all or nothing mentality. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars or dedicate your entire life to your passion. You can start small. Passion can actually coexist with your current responsibilities. It doesn't necessarily have to take your full attention. And step number 5 is to follow what feels authentic. True passion isn't about impressing others. It's about what feels authentic to yourself. So let go of the pressure to choose something that is impressive and big and focus on what genuinely brings you joy. Now let's talk about overcoming common blocks. And this is a big part. Block number 1 is that maybe you have a fear of starting over. And it's natural to feel like you have missed your chance to discover or to pursue a passion, especially if you're later in life or when you're starting from scratch. But passion isn't tied to a timeline. It's tied actually to your willingness to take action now. Every step forward is progress, no matter when you begin. If you want some perspective, the guy that invented KFC started it in his 60s. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until her 40s. So your age or your current stage in life doesn't matter as much as your willingness to begin. What matters is realizing that the best time to start is always now. Start small and embrace the fact that you're a beginner. Pick one thing that interests you and set a simple goal. Don't put great expectations on it. Just one step at a time. The more you allow yourself to start fresh, the more confident you will feel taking bigger steps. Block number 2 is that some people feel guilty about taking time for themselves. So many people feel selfish for dedicating time to their passions, especially if they have responsibilities like family, work, or relationships. But the truth is that prioritizing what lights you up doesn't just benefit yourself, it benefits everyone around you. When you make time for joy and for creativity, you recharge yourself emotionally and mentally. And this allows you to show up as a more present and a more energized version of yourself for others. So think of your energy like a bank account. If you're constantly withdrawing without making deposits, you will eventually run out. So exploring your passions is one of the most valuable deposits you can make because it restores your balance and it keeps you thriving. So create a non-negotiable passion hour. Whether it's 15 minutes or an hour, block out time in your schedule that is just for you, that is free from distractions, that is free from any obligations, and treat it like an important appointment and honor it. Block number 3 is that you're comparing yourself to others. As they say, comparison is a thief of joy. When you look at others' progress, it's easy to feel like you're behind or not good enough. But their journey has nothing to do with yours. Passion is not a race. It's actually such a personal process of growth and discovery. So the only person you have to compare it to is to yourself. I mean, even success is not about being better than others. It's actually about showing up for yourself and consistently putting in the effort. Progress is about you becoming more aligned with your own goals and your own values and not measuring yourself against someone else's highlight reel. So instead of comparing, reframe your thoughts, okay? And when you catch yourself thinking, oh, they're so much further ahead than me, shift your head to what can I learn from their journey and use other people's successes as an inspiration rather than discouragement. If you're seeing something that you are envious of, it doesn't have to be something negative. It can be like, oh, this is signaling to me that this is something that I'm also aspiring to have. So it's a clue that it's something that I'm drawn towards and something that I want to have in my life. So use that as inspiration. So this is the end of the series on finding your passion. The fact that you're here searching, you're learning, and you're taking action towards this means that you're already miles ahead of where you started. Throughout this series, we have uncovered some key truths and some key takeaways. First of all, passion isn't something that you find, it's something that you build. It starts small, like a seed, but it grows as you nurture it with action, with curiosity, and with consistency. Takeaway number 2 is that your values and energy are your compass. So by aligning your actions with what matters most to you, you will naturally uncover what lights you up. Takeaway number 3 is that failure is a teacher and not a roadblock. So every misstep will bring you closer to clarity and it will help you refine your path. Takeaway number 4 is that your passions evolve as you do. The things that excited you before might change, and that's okay. So stay curious and stay open to new possibilities. And takeaway number 5 is that exploration isn't a luxury. It's actually essential. Giving yourself permission to experiment without any judgment is the key to uncovering what feels meaningful to yourself. So finding your passion isn't about having all the answers right now, but it's about staying curious, taking small steps, and trusting that the process will lead you to something extraordinary. If you want to identify your passion and you want to reflect on it, I have on the description a link of a free PDF workbook that will help you do that with exercises and with different journal prompts that will take you through the whole process of finding your passion. That's it for today, guys. I really hope this series has helped you, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video where we start a brand new series. See you in the next video.